Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Hey guys, 3D Crypto here. Hope everyone's doing well. And guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Tron blockchain and transacting on the Tron blockchain. As we all know, a lot of our favorite projects, a lot of our favorite platforms all run on the Tron blockchain. Most notably, Bankroll and Bankroll Flow, they all run on the Tron blockchain, and anything you do has to basically run through the Tron blockchain. Everything that we do in the Tron blockchain costs money through transaction fees, and the Tron network and the Tron Foundation put forward Tron Proposal 51, which made TRX a deflationary asset, and it increased in the process bandwidth and energy fees by 3.5x, so by 350%, which basically means that interacting with anything on the Tron blockchain is now 3.5 times more expensive than it was before. And this is the second price increase in the last 3 months. So it used to be very cheap and very quick to interact on the Tron blockchain. It is still very quick and not hugely expensive compared to networks like Ethereum to interact with the Tron blockchain. But before, we didn't used to think much because the energy that we had in our wallets, in our accounts, normally used to be enough to go ahead and cover all these transaction fees. But obviously, with this increase, there is now a situation where energy plays a big part. So if you go over to tronscan.io and you go into the top right hand corner, you can find your address. When you click on your address and you go look at your resources, it will show you how much energy you have in gray and how much energy is totally available to you. So the black number would be energy available, and the gray number is the total amount of energy that could be available to you. Energy replenishes every 24 hours, and for every action you do, so for example, I'm going to roll here in flow. So I rolled a decent amount, I think it was about 80 BNKRX. I'll roll that in flow. If I go to TronScan, click on my address, go to my transactions and look at this transaction I just done. So if I click on the transaction hash, it will pull up a page. It will show you what I done. So I interacted with the bankroll contract, and you can see down there it cost me 112,000 in energy. So energy is basically what is needed to transact on the Tron blockchain. So 112,000 energy. And if I go back to my account, you will see that my resources have decreased by that amount. So if I go to resources, you will see that my let me go into energy. Yep. So energy remaining is 840,000 out of a possible 1 million energy. So it just shows you for every action, there is an energy cost. Energy used to be very cheap. Energy is now almost 350% more expensive than it used to be. And this is the second increase. So before, energy, not such a big issue, because even if you did use a bit of energy, it would take maybe a couple of Tron, 10 Tron, 5 Tron max. So it wasn't a big thing, but now it can take potentially quite a lot of energy. So 112,000 of energy would require me to freeze 3,540 Tron. It's a lot of Tron to tie up for energy. And if I just use Tron to pay for it, 112,000 would cost me 15 Tron. So that one roll would have cost me 15 Tron, which is still not too bad. But guys, it's better if you do not pay Tron for these actions. So if I go back to bankroll flow, another thing you have to bear in mind, every flow, every roll in flow, every claim in flow, and every deposit in flow, any action based on the Tron blockchain will cost energy. The energy it will use is dependent on a number of factors, and I can't go through every single factor down here, but it's the amount of interactions the contract has to do. So again, I've done another roll. If I go to the transaction hash for this roll, I can see down here, let me scroll down. This roll cost me 142,000 energy. So now you understand. So the previous roll cost me 112,000 and I rolled 70 to 80 BNKRX. This roll cost me 140,000 energy, so actually more energy, but there was less BNKRX being rolled. So obviously it's very hard to pinpoint. So obviously if you've got more BNKRX to roll and there's some to claim, there's more interactions happening with the contract, it will cost more energy. So guys, the best way to get around this is to either rent energy, and I'll speak about more of that in a second, or freeze energy. So when you freeze energy, you can go to Tron Scan, you obtain energy. For example, you want to put 15,000 Tron, and you will get energy back. So roughly at the moment, about 30,000 frozen Tron will get you 1 million in energy frozen. That energy is yours forever. That will be every 24 hours, it will replenish and you will get back to that level of energy. Your Tron is still your Tron. The only thing is for the first 3 days, you cannot withdraw your Tron. You cannot redeem that Tron back to your wallet. But it is your Tron, so after 3 days, you can redeem it, but you will lose your energy. So what I personally do is I use token goodies. Token goodies is an exchange for people to buy and sell energy. So on my account, you saw I had 1 million energy. I bought that energy, or I rented that energy from token goodies. So you click the buy energy button, and you can go ahead and look at your energy. So I've got a maximum of 1 million energy, and I've used 698,000. I've made the energy up by renting 1 million from token goodies and freezing 500 Trons worth. So if you want to go ahead and say buy 1 million Trons worth of energy, it will be yours for 3 days. So for 3 days, it will replenish and you will have 1 million every 24 hours. And then you go ahead and you put in a bid. Click all or none. All or none basically means is, do you want one person to complete the whole order, or are you happy with certain people buying fractions of your order? And then you increase your price that you're willing to pay. So I'm going to increase this to 22. Actually, I'll do 23. And that's going to cost me 69 Tron. And it will save me 351. So if I basically had 1 million in energy and I just used it without any frozen energy, any energy of any kind, it would have cost me that much in Tron being burnt to facilitate the transaction. So you place your order will then go in a queue, which basically means that it's an open order, like someone trying to buy an asset of some kind, but the asset you're trading in this case is energy. I'm trying to buy 1 million energy. Bear in mind, this energy will only be yours for 3 days. After 3 days, this energy will no longer be in your account. But for the next 3 days, it will replenish every 24 hours. So you can do 1 million energies worth of transactions one day. 24 hours later, you can do another 1 million worth of energy transactions. And again, for a third day. But on the fourth day, your energy limit will no longer include that 1 million that you have purchased. So that is the smart way of doing it, using token goodies, buying energy and using it. At the moment, because obviously the Tron Foundation increased the limits, token goodies site is very busy, and it may take a few hours for your order to go through. So let's look at this 1 million of energy. So if I had purchased or frozen 31,000 worth of Tron, I would have 1 million energy, and 1 million energy would burn roughly 140 Tron. So let's say there was a transaction that cost 1 million Tron, 1 million energy on the Tron blockchain. It will cost you 140 Tron in burnt TRX, and that's TRX that you will lose forever. So this makes more sense to rent from token goodies. What it would cost you 140 Tron, you can get it for 40 Tron for 3 days. So that's a one-time cost. A one-time million energy transaction will cost you 140 Tron. Now, what I've done with token goodies is bought 1 million energy for 3 days. So if you think about it, 140, 140, 140, that's where you see your savings. So what I purchased for 70 Tron would cost me almost 400 odd Tron. So you've made some savings on that side. So guys, rather than freezing your Tron, because I think there's better things to do with your Tron, for example, buying BNKRX and putting it into flow and earning 1% on that, rather than freezing energy, And rather than using Tron for energy, the best way forward that I have found is token goodies. It's basically purchasing or renting energy for 3 days at a time. Just keep track of it. Every 3 days, just buy 70 trons worth of energy, which will give you 1,000,000 in energy. And that should be enough for facilitating rolls once a day, maybe even twice a day, depending on what type of interaction you're doing on the Tron blockchain. So obviously, the more complex the contract, the more energy which will be utilized. So obviously, if you've got a contract like Bankroll Flow, and you're putting a roll, so a roll is a claim and a redeposit, and you've got a large amount of BNKRX, it could potentially take more than 100,000 in energy. It could take 200,000. I've done some rolls and it's cost me 500,000 plus in energy. But I found anything up to 1,000,000 is covered. So as long as you have 1,000,000 in energy, you should be fine. So the best plan of action, especially for Bankroll Flow, if your plan is to roll once a day, is I would go to Token Goodies, buy 1,000,000 energy for about 70 Tron, and then every 3 days, just keep renewing it. Just keep renewing it. And the minimum order starts with 15 Sun, which is about 45, 46 Tron. I think anything between 20 and 25 Sun is a good bid. And that type of bid will normally see your order fulfilled within a few minutes to a few hours. So that's one way of doing it. Guys, bear in mind, any action you do on the Tron blockchains, for example, in Flow, you do a deposit, a claim, or a roll, will take energy. And this all varies. So it's a bit of trial and error. So what you could do is freeze 1,000,000 energy, or rent 1,000,000 energy. So you have 1,000,000 energy in your account and you purchase that from Token Goodies for 70 odd Tron. And then just do a roll, check the transaction hash and see how much it costs you. Obviously, if there's people involved in the reward structure, it will be more interaction in the contract, more energy will be used. So keep just doing that, keep going back and forth, see how much energy you need. And I'm sure that if you're just rolling once a day and you're doing a few other transactions here and there, 1,000,000 in energy is more than enough. So don't tie up all 30,000 Tron for this energy. Don't spend 140 Tron on energy. Just go to Token Goodies and rent some energy for 3 days at a time. Just make a note every 3 days, go to Token Goodies, get 1,000,000 energy, and that will cover all your transaction needs. Guys, I hope that makes sense. If you got any questions or comments, please do let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. It'll be good to hear from you guys. How much do your rolls cost in energy? Let me know. Is it costing you 100,000, 300,000, 600,000? It will be good to know. Let me know down below in the comment section. Guys, if you like this content, please do press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon to be made aware of my latest content uploads on YouTube. Guys, if you do like anything I speak about, if you like any of the projects I speak about, I will leave all the links down below. If you have any questions or comments for myself, please do let me know down below in the comment section, or hit me up on any of my social media channels, or send me a message on Telegram. So guys, Bankroll and the Tron blockchain all works via Tron Energy, and this energy is available in one of 3 ways. You either freeze Tron for energy, you use Tron for energy, or you rent energy from Token Goodies using Tron. My preferred method is renting energy from Token Goodies using Tron. This way, guys, you save on Tron, you don't waste Tron, and you still benefit from all interactions on the Tron blockchain. So guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep an eye out for my next video coming very, very soon. Guys, as I always say, you work hard for your crypto, make that crypto work hard for you. And until my next video, take care.